Hello?
Hello?
Goodbye.
Hello?
Farewell.
It's me.
You're looking for... Anyway.
It's me you're looking
Those
for.
vocals, oh my god.
Let's
You need to warm up,
using it.
mister. Let's all warm up together.
Handle that.
I'm dying. My coffee wasn't good this morning.
Oh, baby.
Your coffee wasn't good this morning?
No, because I ran out of creamer.
Oh no.
And then
no.
it was...
Oh no.
Oh
yeah.
Tragic.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bud,
Oh
get off your phone.
Okay.
You
Are
didn't
you
ask
on
me
your
again for
phone
anything?
again?
Huh?
You didn't ask me again for anything?
No,
Get off
it's from home.
Instagram.
All right, so...
Oh, let's get on the phone. Throw a blueberry in him.
In him?
In him. At
In him.
him.
At.
At him.
At.
Ooh.
Oh!
You hit Louise.
Ah! You hit the other person.
It's not my
What
Say
happened?
sorry. I'm sorry, Louise, for his actions.
I know, right?
I understand. It's my name.
Okay. It's the German that's wanting to make the
The Germans
white
fighting
student
the American
union.
again?
Wants to start the white student union.
Really?
Honestly, are people watching this now?
I know, right?
Wow.
Hello?
Hello?
We should announce the.
This is probably why
Fighting
they
The
watch
government
it.
is already watching. Is it coming FBI?
Okay, so I know. FBI watches this anyway. Alright. Now, on this problem right here,
Yeah.
we need to think creatively on what do we want to call our U.
Ah,
Okay.
What happens when I take a derivative of something?
It's higher power.
It has to do with the power. Go ahead.
Like goes higher.
You're saying that when we take a derivative?
Oh no, no, we go down. I mean.
Okay, because if you remember from yesterday, this is going to be derivatives, right? We use sub for this using a derivative, right? So when I take a derivative, the exponent,
Goes down.
thank you.
Goes up.
Now, with that idea right there, what do I want to use sub here? What do I want to call u in this first problem?
4x squared.
What?
No.
4x cubed.
4x cubed minus 1, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's say that u is equal to 4x cubed minus 1. My du, what's my du going to be?
12x squared.
And,
Plus c.
nope,
Oh, dx.
dx. Okay, so now, when I replace this, so what am I going to be able to do? So I'm going to replace the dx
And x squared.
and the x squared, right?
Yeah.
But then what do I still have to account for?
You have to divide by 12.
Divide by 12. So, when I use this as my u, so my u is my entire thing in the bottom, right?
It's gonna be like du over 12u.
So u is that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, did I take out the 5?
Yeah. Oh no. Like, yeah.
Okay, there's still a 5 there, right?
We can just take it out.
There's the 5, right?
Yeah.
And then when I do this, I'm replacing the x squared dx with 1 over 12 du. Yes? Yes?
I don't get the 5 over you.
Okay, so now, I want you guys to look carefully at this. So this is a 5, right?
Yeah.
Did I do anything to it?
No.
So I'm just leaving it there, right?
Yeah.
All this right here is my u, isn't it?
Okay. Got it.
So from there, I still have the 5. So I still have to take care of that. I turn that into u, and then this,
It's dx. Okay.
yeah, it is this x squared dx is my 1 over 12 du now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what can I factor out of the front of this thing? What are my coefficients I can put in front? 5 12s, right? Does that make sense? I could take out the 5 from here, and I could take out a 12 here, right? So it's going to be 5 over 12, right? Integration, but I don't, I could leave that there, right?
1 over u.
1 over u. du.
Which is ln u.
Okay. So now, are we okay now?
What happened to the x? Is that square or cube?
X squared. That's x squared on top.
Yeah. What happened to that?
Okay, I replaced that
That's good.
because I'm saying that 1 over 12 du is equal to x squared dx. So I'm replacing my,
Oh, got it. Oh,
I'm
my
replacing the x squared dx with 1 over 12 du. So that's where that came in.
God. Okay. Yeah, you're done.
Okay?
Okay.
That's why we're trying to go by this slowly. It's new, it's interesting, and it is
Interesting.
interesting. I like this. I really do.
But you're.
Either way, it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle because when you look at it, it is something that you're like, oh,
You don't.
try to solve it. Do you ever actually try and do puzzles?
No.
Yes.
Or like the
But they're easier because you know where they go.
either anyway. Alright, so this is gonna turn into 5 over 12 ln
4x
absolute value
of 4x cubed minus
of u, right? Plus c.
Wait, so do we put like absolute value all the time?
Yes, if there is a variable there, it's gotta be the absolute value.
But if
If I have bounds, I don't have to use the absolute value. But for this one right here, since it's just gonna be a u or whatever thing, it's,
okay.
yeah. So, especially on this one right here, since u is gonna be the 4x cubed minus 1, there's a minus sign, so it's a possibility for this to be a negative. But because the ln, I can't have that negative. It doesn't exist beyond that. So, this is gonna be 5 over 12 ln absolute value of 4x cubed minus 1 plus, come on, c. Are we okay, people, now? Alright, can I erase?
Yeah.
Alright, next one. Puzzle. Think about it creatively.
Let's change the x plus 4.
Okay, so e to the x plus 4, right?
Yeah.
Because when I take the derivative of that,
It's gonna be
it's just going to be e to the x, and that's what I'm going to try and get rid of, right? When I take this out. So u, e to the x plus 4. So du is e, come on now, e to the x dx. Okay, so now, am I going to have to do any maneuvering or finagling or any numbers? Or this could be a direct substitution, right? So this means right here that this is going to be my e to the x dx. So that's going to replace with just du. So now I'm going to have the integral of 1 over u, right? Times du, which is just same thing, right? Yeah. Okay, are we okay here? Alright, so it's going to give me the ln of absolute value u plus c. And then let's go back in. So that's going to be ln absolute value of e to the x plus 4 plus c. Are we good? All right, I'm going to move on.
No, not you. Someone else.
Someone what?
Someone sneeze? Just yeah, okay.
Just a little.
I'm allergic to math.
Bless you.
really like this one.
Hold your breath.
I'm trying.
Drink water. Hold your breath and drink water.
Chug this. Just chug this.
Close your ears and mouth. I mean nose. And then drink like 3 times, like 1, and then without breathing in.
Okay.
All right.
It's a life hack to everyone who's watching.
Am I the only one who like hiccups?
Okay.
Let's rewrite this.
Sine
What
over
is tangent?
Sine over cosine.
Okay, so we're gonna rewrite it as sine of cosine. So that's gonna be integral of sine x over cosine x, right?
Excuse me.
All right, which one do we want?
Want to get the cosine out of there? Oh no.
And one sine.
Yeah.
Can we change all of them? All the like sine over cosine. This makes sense.
What do you want to call u?
Sine.
You want to say sine?
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. So we're saying that u equals sine of x du is cosine of x, right? And that's dx.
So
Is that going to work out? Why?
because cosine at the bottom.
Cosine's on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So cosine's on the bottom, so that's really not going to work out, is it?
Yeah. Oh, okay. We can do cosine, and then it's gonna be negative sine.
Okay, let's do cosine then.
Yeah. That's better.
So we're saying that u equals cosine of x du is equal to negative sine x.
So we just
dx.
multiply both sides.
So that's going to give me integration of,
Negative du over u.
Okay.
Negative 1 over u.
okay, yeah, there we go. So it's going to be negative 1, right? Because I got to get rid of the negative. Right? So I'm going to have a negative 1 because I'm replacing the sign. So that's negative 1, right?
Over u.
Over u. And that's going to be du.
Same, almost same. We just need to take out the negative 1 out.
Okay, so that's going to give me negative 1, right? So it's going to be, anyway, so let's see, it's negative of my integral 1 over u du. So it's going to be a negative ln absolute value of u plus c, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and plug that back in. So equals, so let's see, u is,
The natural log cosine of that.
Negative ln cosine.
okay, so it's going to give me negative ln natural log cosine of x plus c. All right, so there's one of my answers, right? But there's a negative in front. What if I, what can I do with that negative to make the ln a positive?
Put the inside.
Move this to the inside, right? So I'm going to show you guys using this. So I'm going to change this positive here, and now this is going to be to a negative.
Can we do it inside of the absolute?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to take that. So that means it's not asking for the arc, it's actually of the function. So 1 over, that's a negative exponent, but now I need to make it a positive exponent, right? So it's going to go down, isn't it? So if it's going to be 1 over cosine, what is 1 over cosine? Secant. So it's going to be a positive ln absolute value of secant x plus c. So, look. We just found out the integration of tangent. Could I do this same thing for the cotangent?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do the same thing for cotangent, right? So,
So it's gonna be just negative ln sine x. Absolute value of sine.
could we do the same thing as secant and cosecant?
Yeah.
Yes, we can, can't we?
Yeah. It's gonna be even easier.
Yeah, it is going to be easier because you're going to have one on top already, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's its own thing. All right. Example 7, I am saving for tomorrow. All right, I think we only how many examples do we have?
Hello.
Crap, we do.
Well.
I count with 5.
Okay, so I have to do this one then. I have to do 7. All right, so interesting. Okay, what do you want to do?
What if we like change it so that it's to the half power?
Okay, we can do that. X, and then it's 4 plus X.
We should bring the x inside of the square root first.
You can't.
Why? We can rewrite it as square root of 4 plus x times inside x squared.
Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Okay, so you're saying that it's going to be like this, then it's X squared
Yeah,
times 4 plus X to the 1/2.
No,
No,
there's
one.
no 1/2.
Oh yeah, it's still.
And then we just multiply it and open the
Hold
bracket.
on. Let me see.
4 plus
Then
x.
it's 4 plus X,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And then open the brackets inside.
Open the brackets. Distribute, right?
Is that
Yeah.
a 4?
Yeah, that's a 4.
Which one?
So before it's square plus.
4. I'm sorry. Yeah, because my pen stopped working mid writing.
4x squared plus x cubed.
There we go.
So the square
So
root
you're
of-
saying like that?
I'm just thinking if we can do something.
Okay, so it's gonna be the.
Like
Yeah, and then x cube we
x squared plus x
Oh.
cubed.
yeah, and we substitute this.
Yeah,
x
we can
cube.
say that x cubed is u.
Yes,
And then
So we'll
when
make
we find
derivative
derivative
of
and
these
it's gonna
x
be
squared.
yeah, and we can change it.
yeah, makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not liking it.
Just try it. Please.
So you're saying, okay, I'll try it. So you're saying that u,
It's x cubed.
x cubed, so du is 3x squared dx.
So
But the problem, this is on the outside. This is all square roots, right?
yeah.
I can't substitute this inside because this is all to the 1/2 power. And so is it this holes?
You can put the x inside of the
No,
square root.
no.
No? Okay. Then it's not working.
I don't know. Let's try another one.
Would it work if we did the parentheses and took it to the half? Or
Well,
no?
let's try this. Go u equals 4 plus x. Okay, so that would say du
Is 1. Yeah.
is equal to 1 dx, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get like x.
All right. So that's good.
Oh, we can rewrite
And
this from
could I
the-
rewrite this to substitute for x?
Yeah.
So what could I say x equals then?
U minus 4.
So we could say that x is equal to u minus 4, right? Yeah? And so now I'm going to replace my x over here with u minus 4. U minus 4
But it didn't.
times, now u is to the 1/2. And that's du. So I could distribute this now, can I? I can, right? I can distribute. So isn't this 1/1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's same as saying 2/2, right? So when I distribute, I add exponents. So this is going to be integration of u to the 3/2 minus 4 u to the 1/2 du. Now, does this make more sense? So I was able to go through and substitute this back for my x, which I couldn't cancel out using my u substitution, but I can substitute. So integration now, it's going to be, let's do my powers first.
It's gonna be 2 over 5 to multiplied by
5
over 2.
5 over 2, right? So u to the 5 over 2. U to the 5 over 2. And then it's going to be times 2 over 5 minus u to the 3 over 2, right? 3 over 2,
And 8 over 3.
8 over 3 plus c. And put my u's back. So it's going to be u, crap. So it's going to be 2 parentheses 4 plus x to the 5 halves over 5 minus 8 times quantity of 4 plus x to the 3 halves over 3 plus c. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to stop there. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.